Do you ever feel like there's more to your life than what you see right in front of you? That deep inside, something is calling you to a higher purpose, a greater destiny. Maybe you've had moments where the ordinary feels just too ordinary, like you're meant to do something bigger, something far beyond the daily grind, something that brings a sense of meaning and fulfillment that transcends the usual routines. Maybe it's that nagging feeling, a quiet whisper in your heart telling you that there's more to your journey than what you've experienced so far. Well, you're not alone. If you've ever felt this way, then you might be one of the chosen ones. You're being called to something far greater than the ordinary, far beyond what most people will ever understand or experience. This calling isn't just a random thought or a fleeting wish. It's a deep, spiritual calling that resonates with your soul. And it's something that has been set in motion long before you were even aware of it. This is about stepping into a destiny that has been prepared for you. And though it might feel overwhelming or even terrifying at times, it is a path that's uniquely yours to walk. Before we dive into this powerful message, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel for more insights like this one. You don't want to miss out on future videos that could change the course of your journey. By subscribing, you're saying yes to the possibility that your life could be about to take a shift towards your true calling. In today's video, we'll explore why the chosen ones feel like they're called to something greater. It's not just about a feeling of being different. It's about understanding that there's a purpose to this difference. It's about realizing that your uniqueness isn't a burden but a blessing, a gift that aligns you with a higher calling. We'll look at the signs that reveal this calling, the feelings that stir deep within you, and the powerful purpose that awaits on the other side of your fears and doubts. As we explore this journey, it's important to recognize that you may have already experienced moments that feel like glimpses into something bigger. Perhaps it was a moment when you felt a sense of peace during a storm, or when something happened that seemed so perfectly timed it couldn't be a coincidence. These are the little signs that build up, guiding you on a path that's not always easy, but always worth it. You are not just a part of the crowd. You were born with a purpose, and today we're going to uncover what it means to be chosen for something greater than yourself. The journey won't be easy, and at times it may even feel like you're walking alone, but trust that every step you take is leading you to the realization of who you truly are. So, get ready to be empowered. Ready yourself for the truth that has been waiting for you, for the calling that has been set aside just for you. It's time to embrace your higher purpose, to step into the greatness that you were meant for all along. This video is for those who feel the call, for those who are ready to walk a path that's been uniquely designed for them. Let's begin this journey together. Stay with me, and let's unlock the powerful truth of why the chosen ones feel called to something greater. From a very early age, many chosen ones feel an undeniable sense of dissatisfaction with the ordinary world around them. They look at their circumstances, their daily routines, and the lives of the people they know, and something just doesn't sit right. It's not that their lives are necessarily bad, but there's a persistent feeling that there's something more out there for them. The world, as it is, just doesn't seem to fit the deep yearning within them. It's as if they were meant for something far beyond what they see around them. A sense that their purpose lies somewhere greater than what the average person can even begin to imagine. They are driven by a feeling, often unexplained and sometimes even invisible to others, that there's something far beyond the ordinary that they are meant to experience, to create, and to contribute. This deep yearning often begins in childhood. It's a quiet knowing that there's something more, something beyond what they've been taught to believe is possible. While others are content with what life gives them, the chosen ones feel a constant tension, a stirring within their hearts, pushing them to ask questions that seem out of place. Why am I here? What's my purpose? What am I really supposed to do with my life? These questions may start as a whisper in the back of their minds, but as they grow older, they become a louder, more demanding call that refuses to be ignored. It's easy for chosen ones to feel out of place in a world that doesn't always value individuality. They often find themselves questioning why others seem content with the mundane, the predictable, and the conventional. And while there's nothing wrong with these things in themselves, it's just that the chosen ones know deep within them that their story was meant to be different. The monotony of everyday life, The kind of life that most people seem to accept as normal feels hollow, as though it wasn't meant for them. There's a burning desire to break free, to live a life that is bigger, bolder, and more meaningful. But this longing for something more often brings with it its own set of internal struggles. The first struggle is with the sense of not belonging. The chosen ones can find themselves feeling like outsiders, even when they're surrounded by family and friends. They might go through the motions of life, interacting with people, but there's always this invisible barrier between them and others. They can't quite put it into words, but there's this nagging sense that they don't fit in. It's as if they were meant for a different purpose, and because of that, they often find themselves struggling with a deep sense of isolation. Others don't seem to understand, and even though they may try to explain themselves, there's a disconnect that they just can't bridge. At times, it can feel like they're standing on the edge of a cliff, looking at the life they have and wondering why they can't just feel content with it. Everyone else seems to have figured it out. They're living their regular lives, working their jobs, raising families, and finding fulfillment in the day-to-day. But the chosen ones can't shake the feeling that there's something more, something far greater, waiting for them. And even though it's a deeply personal journey, it can sometimes feel lonely. They wonder if others ever feel the same pull, the same urge to find something beyond the ordinary. Why are they the ones feeling this way? The second internal struggle lies in the frustration of not knowing exactly what that something more is. It's not that the chosen ones don't know they're meant for greatness. It's just that they often don't know what form that greatness will take. It's like standing in a vast, empty field with no map, no compass, and no idea where to go. They know they are called to something greater, but they can't always see the path. This creates a sense of confusion and doubt, a feeling that they are somehow lost or stuck. They question their circumstances, wondering why things don't seem to align with the destiny they feel is out there for them. Why do they have these dreams and aspirations that seem so out of reach? Why does it feel like they're always just on the verge of something bigger, but never able to fully grasp it? This constant state of longing can feel exhausting. It's as if the chosen ones are constantly striving, reaching for something that feels just out of their grasp. They might achieve success or progress in certain areas of their life, but it never seems to fill that deeper spiritual void. Nothing feels quite right. It's like trying to fill a glass with water that has a hole in it. No matter how much they try, the emptiness persists. The pressure to find that greater purpose builds over time, making them wonder if they're doing something wrong, if they're somehow missing the point of life. But here's the thing, that longing is not a curse. It's not a sign that they're broken or inadequate. Instead, it's a call, a divine invitation to step into their true destiny. The feeling of something more is what separates the chosen ones from the rest of the world. It's the key that unlocks their potential. While others may be content with the life they have, the chosen ones know there's a greater calling. They don't just want to exist, they want to live with purpose. They want to make a difference, to leave a lasting impact on the world. This desire for purpose is not just a fleeting feeling, it's the core of their being. As they continue to question their current circumstances, they will begin to realize that the feeling of being called to something greater is not just a random thought, it's their divine purpose. The universe, or God, or whatever higher power they believe in, is guiding them towards something extraordinary. The dissatisfaction with the status quo is not something to fear or run from, it's something to embrace. It's the very essence of their journey, the spark that ignites the fire of purpose within them. The chosen one's internal struggle lies not in their desire for something greater, but in their ability to trust that the journey will unfold in divine timing. It's hard to let go of the need for immediate answers, especially when the road ahead feels uncertain. But the more they trust the process and allow themselves to be led, the more they will come to understand that everything they've experienced has been a preparation for what is to come. The longing, the restlessness, the sense of dissatisfaction, they are all signs that the chosen ones are being shaped for greatness. And as they begin to embrace this calling, they will find the courage to step into the unknown, knowing that their purpose is far greater than they ever imagined. For the chosen ones, the feeling of something more is a gift. It's the driving force that propels them forward, that pushes them to go beyond what they know and what they think is possible. They are not meant to stay where they are destined for something far greater, something only they can achieve. And though the path may be unclear at times, they must continue to walk forward, trusting that every step will bring them closer to their true purpose. As we move forward in our understanding of the chosen ones, we see that their calling to something greater rarely arrives during times of comfort or certainty. In fact, it is often during the most unexpected and challenging moments of life that this divine calling makes itself known. In Section 1, we explored the deep sense of dissatisfaction and longing that many chosen ones feel, a sense that they are meant for something bigger. However, the realization of this greater calling doesn't often come in a linear, planned way. It's not something that happens when everything is going smoothly. Instead, it often appears in the most unexpected times of crisis, loss, and transition. This period of uncertainty, however, is not a time of hopelessness, but a time filled with potential. Life's turning points can be deeply unsettling. When everything around you feels like it's falling apart, when the ground beneath you seems to shift and crack, it's easy to feel as if you're losing control. These moments of change can make you feel small, insignificant, or utterly helpless. You might wonder why everything seems to be falling apart when you thought you were on the right track. You may find yourself questioning everything, even your own worth and purpose. But here's the thing, these very moments of crisis, these times of transition, are often when the call to something greater becomes the loudest, the clearest, and the most undeniable. It's often in these moments of crisis that the chosen ones realize they were never meant to follow the ordinary path. The universe, or God, has a way of shaking things up, of pushing us out of our comfort zones so that we can hear the calling that was always there. At first, these turning points may seem like setbacks. A job loss, a broken relationship, or an unexpected health crisis might seem like the end of the world. The natural human reaction is to feel discouraged, even to give up. But in truth, these are the very moments that create the space for a higher purpose to be revealed. In the chaos, there is the potential for transformation. When the external world crumbles, it forces you to look inward, to question everything you've known, and to be open to the possibility of something more, something beyond what you've experienced so far. For many chosen ones, it's during these turning points that their deeper purpose is revealed. A sudden shift in perspective, or an unexpected encounter with someone or something, can spark a realization that they are called to something far greater than what they had imagined. These moments force them to confront their true selves, the parts they had been avoiding or didn't even know existed. It's during these life transitions that the walls around the heart begin to crack, making way for the clarity that was always there, but hidden beneath layers of fear, doubt, and comfort. But why does this happen? Why does the call to greatness seem to arrive when everything feels uncertain, when the future is unclear, and when everything seems to be falling apart? The answer lies in something much deeper, divine timing. There is a purpose behind the chaos. There is a rhythm to life, a divine orchestration that makes sure everything happens when it is meant to happen. God, or the universe, has perfect timing. When things fall apart, it is often the precursor to something greater. The difficult times are not signs that you're being punished or abandoned. Rather, they are signs that you are being prepared for the next chapter of your life. They are moments where you are being guided towards your true calling, even if you can't see it yet. Divine timing works in ways that we can't always understand. We often look at our lives in terms of linear progression, moving from one milestone to the next. We think that success, happiness, and purpose should follow a predictable pattern. We set our goals, make our plans, and try to control our futures. But life, in all its wisdom, rarely follows such a clear, linear path. In reality, the path to greatness is often messy, unpredictable, and filled with unexpected detours. These detours are not mistakes. They are the very points where the divine intervenes. They are the moments when God or the universe is guiding you towards something that you could never have imagined on your own. Imagine a forest, dense with trees and underbrush. If you try to make your way through it with only a narrow path, you might get lost, tangled in branches, or stumble over rocks. But if you take the time to step back and see the bigger picture, you might notice that there is a larger clearing up ahead, a place of openness where the sun shines down and the path becomes clear. Sometimes the struggles you face are like that thick forest, keeping you from seeing the open space ahead. But when you trust the process, when you stop trying to force your way through, you begin to notice that there's a bigger picture unfolding. The divine is guiding you, leading you through the thicket toward the place you were always meant to be. God's timing is perfect, not in the sense that everything will always go according to plan, but in the sense that everything that happens, no matter how chaotic or unsettling, serves a greater purpose. The job you didn't get, the relationship that fell apart, the dreams that haven't yet been realized, they are all part of the divine plan. They are preparing you for what's coming next. And while it may feel like everything is falling apart, remember that sometimes things need to break down in order for something better to take its place. This is where the chosen ones often begin to realize the power of surrender. When life gets tough, when the path ahead is uncertain, it's easy to want to hold on tighter to what we know, to try to fix everything ourselves. But surrendering to divine timing, trusting that there is a greater plan unfolding, creates the space for you to embrace your calling with open arms. The moment of crisis, the moment of transition, is often the exact moment you are being called to step into your destiny. It is a divine invitation to leave behind what no longer serves you and to step into a higher purpose. The key is understanding that divine timing doesn't operate on our timeline. We can't rush it and we can't force it. Instead, we must learn to flow with it, to trust that what is meant for us will come when the time is right. The calling that you feel, the sense of purpose that stirs within you, will not be delayed forever. It is just waiting for the perfect moment to unfold. And that moment often comes when you least expect it. In the end, the call to something greater is often not about when you think it should happen, but when it is meant to happen. And that's the beauty of divine timing. It's never late, even when it feels like it is. The timing of the universe is always perfect, and it will guide you exactly when you need it. So, embrace the uncertainty. Trust the process. Know that even in the most difficult moments, you are being led towards something far greater than you could ever imagine. The turning points, the crises, the transitions, they are not obstacles to your greatness. They are the moments when your calling is being revealed. All you have to do is listen and trust that the divine timing will carry you to the right place at the right time. As we transition from understanding the unexpected timing of life's calling in the previous section, where we saw that divine timing often arrives in moments of crisis or transition, we now turn to the signs that help you realize that you are, indeed, chosen for something greater. These signs are not always loud, overt, or easily explainable, but they have a subtle way of making themselves known, often at the most crucial moments of your journey. You may not have been aware of them at first, but upon reflection, you'll begin to see that they were always there, guiding you, reassuring you, and showing you that you are on the right path. For the chosen ones, one of the most powerful indicators of this divine calling is the presence of synchronicities, those seemingly random events or encounters that align in ways that seem far too perfect to be mere coincidence. These occurrences often feel like the universe is giving you a little nudge, whispering, "You're on the right track." At first, you might dismiss them as coincidences, but the more you experience them, the more you begin to notice the pattern. Whether it's a timely meeting with someone who offers exactly the advice you need, a book that falls into your hands with the answers to your questions, or a sudden and unexpected opportunity that seems to appear out of nowhere, these moments are far from random. They are divine signs, orchestrated in ways that only the universe can manage, showing you that you are being guided toward your purpose. Synchronicities come in many forms, and they often seem to be connected to something much larger than what you initially understand. It might be a conversation with a stranger that feels like a mirror to your current life situation, or a dream that feels more like a message than a random series of images. Sometimes, it's something as simple as hearing the same piece of advice from multiple sources in a short span of time. You may receive a sign in the form of a number, a symbol, or a recurring theme in your life that you can't ignore. These signs are like breadcrumbs on the path that lead you to a greater understanding of your purpose. They are validation that you are not alone in this journey, that there is a higher force at work, guiding you toward what you are meant to do. What's important to remember, however, is that these synchronicities aren't always immediately recognized as significant. You might encounter a string of coincidences that feel peculiar or uncanny, but it's only when you step back and reflect that you realize they were guiding you towards something larger. The more you trust in these signs and allow them to guide you, the clearer your path becomes. At first, you might question the meaning of these events, wondering if they are just a figment of your imagination or a product of wishful thinking. But soon enough, the dots begin to connect, and you start to understand that these synchronicities are pieces of a much larger puzzle that has been unfolding in your life all along. As you pay closer attention to these signs, you will also notice that they often come during times of uncertainty or doubt, when you need reassurance the most. You might be at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take, and then, out of nowhere, a chance meeting with someone who shares exactly what you needed to hear gives you the clarity you've been searching for. Or perhaps you've been contemplating a difficult decision, and suddenly a book or article crosses your path that offers the perfect insight, as if it was written just for you. These moments of synchronicity are reminders that you are being guided, even when you feel lost or unsure. Alongside synchronicities, there is another profound sign that often accompanies the chosen ones on their journey: the deep inner knowing that you are meant for something greater. This knowing is a feeling that transcends logic and reason. It's not something that can be proven with facts or concrete evidence, but it is something you feel in your soul. This inner knowing is a kind of certainty that rises from within you, like a quiet, unwavering voice that assures you that you are not here by accident. It's as if you've always known, deep down, that you were meant to do something bigger, something that would have a lasting impact. You might not know the details of what that something is, but you can feel it in the core of your being, this undeniable sense that you are meant for greatness. This inner knowing often comes at moments when you're feeling uncertain about your path, when the world around you is chaotic, when the future seems unclear, and when doubt creeps in. This deep inner knowing is the anchor that keeps you grounded. It's the part of you that whispers in the quiet moments, "You are on the right path, keep going." It's that feeling that no matter how many obstacles or challenges you face, there is a purpose to it all. This knowing doesn't always come with clear instructions or a roadmap. It's not a loud voice that you hear. Rather, it's a quiet but unshakable truth that resides deep within you. Even in the face of uncertainty, this knowing is the compass that keeps you moving forward, trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. For many chosen ones, this inner knowing is something they felt from a very young age. It's that feeling that, no matter where life takes them, there is always a pull towards something greater. It's as if they were born with a purpose written in their soul, and no matter how far they stray from it, they always feel this pull guiding them back. This inner knowing is a gift, one that allows them to navigate the twists and turns of life with a sense of faith and confidence. It's not always easy to explain to others, and often it's something they keep to themselves. But for those who are truly in tune with their purpose, this inner knowing is a source of strength and resilience. As we explore these signs and synchronicities, it's important to understand that they are not fleeting or random. They are part of a larger plan, a divine blueprint that is being revealed to you in stages. The more you trust in these signs and follow the guidance they offer, the more you begin to step into your purpose with confidence. These signs are not just meant to reassure you, they are meant to empower you, to show you that the universe, or God, is with you every step of the way. They are reminders that you are not alone in this journey, and that your calling is greater than anything you've ever imagined. As the chosen ones continue on their path, they will begin to see these signs more and more clearly. The synchronicities will align, the inner knowing will grow stronger, and the path will become more apparent. These signs will serve as stepping stones, leading them toward their true calling, each one building upon the other until they arrive at the place where they are meant to be. And when they look back on their journey, they will see that these seemingly random events, these subtle nudges from the universe, were actually part of the divine plan all along. As we transition from the synchronicities and inner knowing that guide the chosen ones, we now delve into the deeper and more complex aspects of what it truly means to be called to something greater. While the signs and feelings of destiny are encouraging and affirming, there is another side to the calling that many chosen ones experience, one that is not always easy to bear. The weight of responsibility that comes with being chosen can be immense, and it's a burden that often feels heavier as you progress along your journey. The sense of being chosen for something bigger, something beyond yourself, comes with its own set of challenges, pressures, and sacrifices. Being chosen is not just about feeling special or unique. It's about understanding that your life holds a purpose that is not just for your own benefit. It's about knowing that you are part of a larger plan, one that affects not only you, but those around you, and even the world at large. This knowledge can be empowering, but it can also be overwhelming. The responsibility that comes with such a calling can often feel like a heavy cloak draped over your shoulders. The more you begin to understand the significance of your path, the more you realize how much is at stake. It's no longer just about you. It's about fulfilling something that's been set in motion long before you came into this world. It's about walking a path that has been carved out for you, even if you don't yet know all the details of where it leads. This responsibility can feel burdensome, especially when you realize that it's not always going to be easy. The path of the chosen one is rarely paved with comfort or ease. Instead, it often involves sacrifice, hard work, and facing challenges that others might never understand. There are times when you might feel that the weight of this responsibility is too much to bear. You might question whether you are strong enough for the journey ahead, or whether you're truly capable of living up to the expectations that come with being chosen. The pressure to succeed, to make the right choices, and to be the person you were meant to be can feel crushing at times. But this weight, as difficult as it may seem, is also what fuels your growth. It pushes you to be more than you thought possible. It challenges you to step outside your comfort zone and to embrace your true potential. The burden of responsibility forces you to dig deep within yourself, to face your fears, and to grow into the person you were always meant to be. It may not be easy, but it is necessary. Without this responsibility, you would never have the opportunity to rise to the occasion and fulfill the purpose you were born to carry out. Alongside the weight of responsibility comes another difficult aspect of the journey: the loneliness and isolation that often accompany being chosen. The path of the chosen one can feel incredibly isolating, especially when you realize that others around you may not understand the magnitude of what you're experiencing. When you feel called to something greater, it's easy to feel like you're walking alone, even if you are surrounded by people. The deeper your understanding of your calling becomes, the more you begin to realize that your journey is uniquely yours. While others may be living their lives according to a conventional path, you are on a journey that is less understood by those around you. This can create a sense of distance and disconnection from others, as you may find it difficult to explain the depth of your experiences or the significance of your calling. The loneliness of being chosen is not just about being physically alone. It's about the emotional and spiritual isolation that comes from not having others who truly understand what you're going through. There may be moments when you wish someone else could see things the way you do, when you long for someone to walk beside you who truly understands the weight of what you carry. But the reality is that the chosen ones are often set apart for a reason. Their journey is not meant to be walked in the same way as everyone else's. This sense of isolation can be incredibly painful, as it can make you question your worth and your ability to fulfill your calling. You might find yourself wondering why you were chosen to carry such a heavy burden, and why others around you seem content with their simpler, more predictable lives. But it's important to remember that this loneliness is part of the process. The chosen ones are often called to stand alone, to walk a path that no one else can walk for them. The isolation that comes with this journey is a form of preparation, a way of strengthening their resolve and helping them develop the inner strength needed to fulfill their purpose. The loneliness is not a punishment or a sign that something is wrong. It is a necessary part of the journey towards self-discovery and spiritual growth. As you continue to walk the path of the chosen one, you will come to understand that this isolation is not permanent. In time, you will find your community, those who resonate with your journey, who understand the depth of your calling, and who are on their own unique paths of transformation. But until then, the solitude you experience will serve as a powerful teacher. It will push you to rely on your inner guidance, to trust your intuition, and to deepen your connection with the divine. In the midst of the loneliness, you will also find moments of profound clarity and connection. You will come to realize that your journey is not just about you, it is about the greater good. Your purpose is not just for your own fulfillment, but for the impact you can have on others. The weight of responsibility, though heavy, is also a reminder of the significance of your calling. The isolation, though painful, is a necessary step in your spiritual evolution. As you embrace both the burden and the solitude, you will begin to see that they are not obstacles to your growth, but essential parts of the process that lead you to a greater understanding of who you are and what you are meant to do. The journey of the chosen one is not meant to be easy or without struggle. It is a path of growth, of overcoming challenges, and of stepping into your true purpose. The weight of responsibility and the loneliness that come with being chosen may feel overwhelming at times, but they are the very things that shape you into the person you are meant to become. It's through these struggles that you will find your true strength, and it's through these moments of isolation that you will develop the inner resilience needed to fulfill your destiny. So, embrace the burden, embrace the loneliness, and trust that they are preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead. You were chosen for this journey, and though it may be hard, it is a journey that will lead you to something far greater than you could ever imagine. As we transition from understanding the burden and isolation that come with being chosen, we now face the next significant step on the journey of the chosen one, embracing the challenge. The path of greatness is rarely smooth, and for those called to something higher, the road is often filled with internal battles, moments of doubt, and the fear that they may not be ready for the monumental task ahead. Yet, it is through these very struggles that the chosen ones are shaped into the individuals they are meant to become. The challenge isn't just an obstacle to overcome, it is the very crucible in which their true purpose is forged. For many chosen ones, the internal battle is one of the most difficult aspects of their journey. It's easy to be inspired and motivated when everything is going well, when the path ahead seems clear, and when you can see the rewards just beyond the horizon. But what happens when that clarity begins to fade? What happens when you face moments of doubt, when the future seems uncertain, and when the very calling that once felt so certain begins to feel overwhelming? This is where the true challenge begins. The chosen ones often wrestle with their own fears and insecurities, questioning whether they are truly capable of fulfilling the great purpose placed before them. Doubt is a powerful force. It can creep in slowly, almost imperceptibly, and before long it begins to cloud the vision of what the chosen one is meant to achieve. It might start as a small whisper. What if you're not strong enough? What if you're not ready? What if you fail? These thoughts can quickly spiral into a cascade of negative beliefs that can paralyze even the most determined individuals. The fear of not being enough, the fear of failure, and the fear of stepping into the unknown can all be overwhelming. And yet, these doubts are not a sign of weakness. They are a natural part of the process of growth. The chosen ones must learn to confront these doubts head-on, to face the fear that tells them they are not ready or capable of fulfilling their calling. It's in these moments of fear and uncertainty that the greatest growth happens. The path to greatness is not paved with confidence at every step. Rather, it is made stronger by the ability to push forward even when you feel afraid. Doubt is not the enemy. It is a signal that you are on the verge of stepping into something bigger, something that requires you to stretch beyond what you thought was possible. Overcoming doubt begins with recognizing that it is not an obstacle to success, but a necessary part of the journey. Doubt arises because the task ahead is significant, because you are being asked to grow in ways you haven't yet imagined. It's natural to question whether you are ready for such a task. After all, how could anyone truly feel prepared for the extraordinary mission that lies ahead? The key is not to wait until you feel 100% ready. It's about stepping into the challenge even when you don't have all the answers, trusting that the strength to overcome will come as you move forward. The doubt you feel is a sign that you are being stretched. It's a reminder that your destiny isn't something you can just walk into without a fight. It's something that requires effort, resilience, and the willingness to face your fears. The chosen ones are called not because they are perfect or without fear, but because they are willing to confront their doubts and take action in spite of them. The path ahead will be filled with moments of fear, but it is how you respond to those moments that determines your ability to fulfill your calling. Embracing the challenge also means recognizing that failure is not the end, but a part of the journey. For the chosen ones, failure is not something to be feared, it is something to be learned from. Every mistake, every setback is an opportunity for growth. The fear of failing can often hold people back, preventing them from taking the necessary risks and stepping into the unknown. But for those called to greatness, failure is simply a lesson, not a permanent state. The chosen ones understand that the road to fulfilling their purpose will be filled with challenges, and rather than avoiding those challenges, they learn to embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow. Stepping up to the call means accepting that the road ahead will not be easy, but it will be worth it. The task ahead may seem insurmountable at times, and you might wonder if you are truly capable of handling it. But the truth is that the greatness you are called to requires you to embrace the challenge fully. It is not about waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect set of circumstances. It is about stepping forward with faith, even when you feel unprepared. The moment you step into the challenge is the moment you begin to transform. It is in the act of stepping up to the call that you discover the strength and resilience that was always within you, waiting to be unleashed. This journey is not about waiting for the perfect conditions to align, but about taking the first step, even when you don't have all the answers. The chosen ones don't wait for doubt to disappear before they act. They move forward in faith, trusting that every step they take will bring them closer to their purpose. They understand that greatness is not achieved by avoiding challenges, but by stepping into them with courage and determination. The challenge is what shapes them, refines them, and ultimately prepares them for the destiny they were born to fulfill. Stepping up to the call also requires a deep sense of commitment. The chosen ones don't just take action when it's easy or convenient. They commit to their journey, even when it gets tough. They understand that fulfilling their calling is a lifelong process, not a quick fix or a one-time achievement. The road ahead will be filled with obstacles, but the chosen ones are determined to press forward, knowing that each step they take brings them closer to their true purpose. Embracing the challenge means trusting that the universe, or God, has equipped you with everything you need to succeed. It's not about waiting for perfection, it's about recognizing that you are already enough, that you already have the strength and the tools to fulfill your calling. The chosen ones understand that they are not alone in their journey. Divine guidance, synchronicities, and inner knowing will continue to support them every step of the way. The challenges they face are not signs of being unqualified, they are signs that they are exactly where they need to be. To embrace the challenge is to recognize that the journey ahead is not just about achieving something, it's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. It's about growing, learning, and evolving into the person who is capable of fulfilling the greater purpose that has been placed on your life. The task ahead may seem daunting, but with each step you take, you become more equipped, more prepared, and more aligned with your true calling. Embrace the challenge, for it is through this very challenge that your greatness will emerge. The road to fulfilling your destiny is not a straight path, but it is the path that will lead you to the greatness you were born for. Step into it with courage, with faith, and with the knowledge that you are ready, even if you don't feel it yet. The call is there, waiting for you to step up, and when you do, you will find that you are more than capable of embracing the challenge ahead. As we continue our exploration of the chosen one's journey, we come to an essential and transformative aspect of the path: finding strength in faith. This section builds upon the idea of embracing the challenge, which we discussed in the previous section. The challenges and obstacles that chosen ones face can often feel insurmountable, and the road ahead may seem unclear or even impossible at times. But it is in these moments of uncertainty and struggle that faith becomes the guiding light that leads them forward. Faith isn't just a passive belief, it is a powerful force that strengthens and sustains the chosen ones, even when they cannot see the full picture of where their path is taking them. One of the most important lessons that the chosen ones learn is how to trust the process, even when the path ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. It's easy to have faith when everything is going well, when the pieces of your life are falling into place and everything seems to be aligning. But it's when the road is uncertain, when the steps aren't clear, and when doubt begins to creep in, that faith is truly tested. In those moments, the chosen ones must lean into their faith, trusting that God, or the universe, has a plan for them, even when they cannot see how it's all going to come together. Trusting the process means recognizing that life is not always going to follow a clear, linear trajectory. The chosen ones understand that their journey is filled with twists and turns, moments of doubt, and periods of waiting. There will be times when they feel lost, or unsure of where they are headed. But it is during these times that their faith is the most important. Faith is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly what will happen next. It is about trusting that, even in the midst of the unknown, there is a purpose at work. In the darkest times, when it feels like everything is falling apart and nothing is going according to plan, faith becomes the anchor. It's the belief that even if you can't see the full picture, even if the pieces don't seem to fit together in the way you imagined, everything is unfolding as it should. The chosen ones learn to trust in the divine timing of the universe, understanding that every setback, every challenge, and every delay is part of a greater plan. While they may not always understand why things are happening the way they are, they learn to trust that there is a purpose behind it all. It's about surrendering to the process, allowing things to unfold as they will, and knowing that the struggles they face are preparing them for something greater. For many chosen ones, this trust in the process is deeply rooted in their spiritual beliefs. Whether they lean on their relationship with God, a higher power, or the universe, they draw strength from the knowledge that they are not alone. They understand that they are part of something bigger, that their lives are intricately woven into a divine plan. Even when it feels like they are walking alone, faith provides the reassurance that they are being guided every step of the way. Faith allows them to move forward, even when they feel uncertain, because they know that there is a greater force at work in their lives. This sense of faith is not just a passive belief, it is an active, dynamic force that propels the chosen ones forward. It is the faith that carries them through the moments of doubt, the fear of failure, and the moments of confusion. It is the faith that allows them to keep going, even when they feel exhausted or defeated. When the path ahead seems unclear, faith is the belief that each step is still leading them toward their purpose, even if they don't fully understand it yet. It's the trust that they are being guided towards something greater, even when it feels like they are stumbling in the dark. One of the most powerful aspects of faith for the chosen ones is the ability to believe in the bigger picture. The struggles, challenges, and setbacks that they face are not meaningless. They are part of the divine plan that is unfolding in their lives. The chosen ones learn to see their struggles as stepping stones, not obstacles. They believe that the difficulties they face are not signs of failure, but opportunities for growth and transformation. It's through these struggles that they become stronger, wiser, and more aligned with their true purpose. Faith in the greater purpose means understanding that the challenges you face today are not the end of your story. They are part of the journey that leads to something amazing. The chosen ones trust that even the most difficult and painful experiences are ultimately preparing them for something greater. They believe that the pain, the struggles, and the setbacks are not in vain. They are part of the refining process that is necessary for them to step into their destiny. While it can be hard to see the bigger picture in the midst of hardship, faith allows them to trust that there is a greater purpose at work. It's the belief that every challenge is leading them towards something extraordinary, something that will make all the struggles worthwhile. This faith in the greater purpose also means believing that their lives have meaning beyond what they can see in the present moment. The chosen ones understand that their calling is not just about their own personal fulfillment, it is about serving a greater good. Their lives have a purpose that transcends their individual desires. They are called to make a difference, to have an impact, and to fulfill a mission that is bigger than themselves. This sense of purpose fuels their faith, giving them the strength to keep going, even when the journey feels long and difficult. Faith in the greater purpose is also about believing in the possibility of transformation. The chosen ones know that they are not meant to stay where they are. They are being prepared for something greater, and while they may not always see how it will all come together, they trust that the transformation is happening. They believe that the person they are becoming is someone who is capable of fulfilling their destiny. The struggles they face are not meant to break them. They are meant to shape them into the person they need to be in order to fulfill the greater calling on their life. The importance of trusting in the bigger picture cannot be overstated. The chosen ones must learn to look beyond the immediate difficulties and trust that their journey is leading them towards something extraordinary. It is easy to get caught up in the small struggles of everyday life, to focus on the immediate pain or frustration, but the chosen ones understand that their story is bigger than that. They trust that each moment of struggle is a part of the larger tapestry of their life, and that the challenges they face will ultimately lead them to the fulfillment of their purpose. For the chosen ones, faith is not just a comfort during the tough times, it is the key that unlocks their potential. It is the belief that they are capable of achieving greatness, not because of their own strength, but because they are guided by a higher power. Their faith in the greater purpose fuels their determination, propels them forward, and gives them the strength to keep going, even when the road is tough. It is through their faith that they come to understand that the struggles they face are not meaningless. They are preparing them for something truly amazing. So, when the path feels unclear, when doubt creeps in, and when the challenges seem overwhelming, remember that faith is the strength that will carry you through. Trust the process, believe in the bigger picture, and know that every step you take is leading you toward the fulfillment of your purpose. The struggles are not in vain, they are the stepping stones on the path to something greater. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep moving forward, because the best is yet to come. As we near the conclusion of this exploration into the journey of the chosen ones, we come to one of the most profound aspects of their path, the transformation that takes place. This transformation is not just a superficial change, it is a deep, spiritual, mental, and emotional evolution that shapes the very core of who the chosen one is. The path to greatness is not an easy one, and it is filled with challenges, moments of doubt, and periods of isolation. However, it is through these struggles and experiences that the chosen ones undergo a powerful transformation, one that prepares them for the destiny they were born to fulfill. Personal growth is at the heart of the chosen one's journey. Every obstacle, every trial, and every moment of doubt is a catalyst for growth. The chosen ones are not born with all the answers, nor are they born knowing exactly how to fulfill their purpose. Instead, their journey is one of constant learning, evolving, and becoming. They are continuously shaped by their experiences, and through this shaping, they emerge as stronger, wiser, and more aligned with their true selves. Spiritually, the transformation is profound. The chosen ones often start their journey with a sense of uncertainty or confusion about their purpose in life. They may feel disconnected from their spiritual selves, unsure of the role that faith or the divine plays in their lives. However, as they continue along their path, they begin to deepen their connection with God, the universe, or whatever higher power they believe in. This spiritual awakening is a powerful experience that brings clarity and purpose to their lives. They start to see their struggles, their challenges, and their setbacks, not as obstacles, but as opportunities for spiritual growth. The chosen ones come to understand that everything they go through is part of a larger spiritual journey, one that is leading them toward a deeper connection with their higher purpose. Through this connection, they gain strength, wisdom, and insight that help them navigate the difficulties they face. Mentally, the transformation is just as powerful. The chosen ones develop resilience and mental clarity as they face the challenges of their journey. They learn how to overcome doubt, how to embrace uncertainty, and how to stay focused on their goals, even when the path ahead seems unclear. They come to understand that mental strength is not about avoiding obstacles or achieving perfection. It is about being able to face challenges head-on, learning from them, and growing stronger with each experience. Over time, the chosen ones cultivate a mindset that is focused on growth, resilience, and perseverance. They learn how to stay grounded in their faith and trust the process, even when their circumstances seem difficult or confusing. This mental transformation empowers them to face whatever comes their way, knowing that they have the strength and clarity to navigate through any situation. Emotionally, the transformation is equally significant. The chosen ones learn how to navigate their emotions in a way that supports their growth and journey. They become more attuned to their emotional landscape, learning how to process their feelings of fear, doubt, loneliness, and frustration. They begin to understand that their emotions are not something to be suppressed or ignored, but rather a part of their human experience that can help them grow. As they walk their path, they become more emotionally resilient, learning how to balance their feelings of vulnerability with the strength that comes from embracing their true selves. They also learn how to express their emotions in healthy ways, building deeper connections with others and gaining a greater sense of emotional intelligence. This emotional growth helps them to become more compassionate, empathetic, and understanding, not only toward others, but also toward themselves. This transformation is not something that happens overnight. It is a gradual process that takes place over time, as the chosen ones confront their fears, face their doubts, and learn to trust in the greater plan that is unfolding in their lives. Each challenge they face, each moment of doubt they overcome, and each victory they achieve contributes to their growth. They begin to see themselves in a new light, recognizing the strength, resilience, and wisdom that have been built within them through their experiences. The person they were at the beginning of their journey is not the same person they are becoming. They are shedding old layers of fear, self-doubt, and insecurity, and emerging as a more empowered, confident, and aligned version of themselves. Through this process of self-discovery, the chosen ones begin to uncover their true identity. They realize that they were not meant to live a life of mediocrity or conformity. They were meant to stand out, to rise above the ordinary, and to embrace the unique purpose that has been placed within them. This realization is both empowering and humbling. It is empowering because it gives them the confidence to pursue their dreams, knowing that they are capable of achieving great things. It is humbling because it reminds them that they are part of something much larger than themselves, a divine plan that is unfolding, and they have been chosen to play a vital role in it. Becoming who they were meant to be is not a destination, it is an ongoing journey. The chosen ones understand that their true identity is not defined by external circumstances, by the opinions of others, or by the roles they play in society. Their true identity is rooted in their connection to the divine, in their purpose, and in their ability to embrace their unique qualities and gifts. This self-discovery is a continual process of peeling back layers, letting go of old beliefs, and allowing themselves to be who they were always meant to be. As they step into their true identity, the chosen ones begin to experience a sense of fulfillment and peace that comes from knowing that they are living in alignment with their purpose. They understand that their journey is not about achieving external success or approval. It is about living authentically and serving the greater good. They begin to see how their struggles, their triumphs, and their lessons are all part of the divine plan that has been unfolding in their lives. The transformation they undergo allows them to step into their purpose with clarity, confidence, and a deep sense of peace. This process of becoming who they were meant to be also involves letting go of the fear of judgment and criticism. The chosen ones learn to embrace their uniqueness and to trust that their path is theirs alone to walk. They stop comparing themselves to others and begin to focus on what truly matters, living authentically and fulfilling their higher purpose. They no longer seek external validation, but instead look inward, trusting in their own inner guidance and the divine plan that is leading them toward greatness. Ultimately, the transformation the chosen ones undergo is a journey of empowerment and self-discovery. It is about stepping into their true identity, understanding their unique gifts and talents, and embracing their role in the larger divine plan. It is about shedding old limitations and stepping into their greatness with confidence, courage, and faith. Through this transformation, the chosen ones not only fulfill their own potential, but also become a source of inspiration and empowerment for others. As they embrace their true identity and purpose, they inspire those around them to do the same, creating a ripple effect of transformation that extends far beyond themselves. This is the true power of being chosen, to embrace who you were always meant to be, and to live a life that is not only meaningful, but also deeply fulfilling. So, chosen one, if you're feeling called to something greater, trust that it's your time. There's no need to wait for the perfect moment or for everything to fall into place. The calling on your life is already in motion, and every step you take is leading you toward your purpose. You may have felt lost, uncertain, or even alone at times, but understand this: you have a unique purpose that only you can fulfill. The world is waiting for you to rise up and step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the weight of your calling, to question whether you're really capable of fulfilling the destiny that's been placed before you. But remember this: there's a reason you feel this deep yearning, this desire for something greater. It's because you were born to do something incredible, something that will make a lasting impact on the world. You weren't chosen by accident. The struggles you face, the challenges you encounter, and the doubts you experience are all part of the process that is shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. The world needs you. It needs the gifts, the wisdom, and the strength that only you can offer. Your journey, as difficult and uncertain as it may seem at times, is necessary. It's through the hardships, the moments of doubt, and the leaps of faith that you will grow into the person who can fulfill your purpose. So don't be afraid of the challenges you face. Don't shy away from the responsibility that comes with your calling. Embrace it. Trust that each step forward is taking you closer to the incredible destiny that has been designed just for you. You are not walking this path alone. Whether you realize it or not, there is a divine force guiding you every step of the way. The synchronicities, the signs, the moments of clarity, all of these are reminders that you are exactly where you need to be. Trust in the process, even when it feels unclear or uncertain. Have faith that everything you are going through is leading you toward your true purpose. It's in the act of trusting the journey, even in the face of fear and doubt, that you will discover the strength and resilience that has always been within you. So, keep moving forward, chosen one. Keep pushing through the challenges, the doubts and the fears. Know that each step you take is bringing you closer to the person you were always meant to become. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should, and the world is waiting for you to rise up and step into your greatness. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. You were chosen for something amazing, and now is the time to embrace your destiny. If you feel inspired by this message, hit that like button, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Keep moving forward in your purpose, and don't forget, you were chosen for something amazing. Keep the faith, keep believing, and remember, you are destined for greatness. The world needs you to rise and fulfill your purpose. It's your time, chosen one. Step into it.